For this question, we don't really need to do any math. We just need to understand how math gets built and how equations get built. And so you just got to really make sure that you're focusing on the right information. One thing you could do is work backwards from the choices and try to see how they're different and then compare those differences against the stories. So one thing that I notice is that choices A and B want me to divide this 1240 by 2, whereas choices C and D don't. So let's see, what is this 1240 supposed to be? That's the total amount of money that's being spent on two things, salami and pepperoni. Now, why would I divide it by 2? I usually, when I have an equation, want a total. I don't want to take the average of these things. They're just trying to get us to do the total amount of spent on these two meats, and we have rates going on. Really, there's just no reason to divide this by 2. It makes no sense in the story. So A and B are wrong right off the bat. The other decision that we have to make is about whether or not we combine the rates for these two meats. And so, again, hopefully you've seen enough questions where you know that this is a very common format. Choice D is going to be the answer because we want to keep the specific value with the variable that it goes with, right? So 10/3 of a pound of salami. So we want to multiply the rate for salami, the cost per pound, by the number of pounds. We don't want to mix them together. That's the whole point, is these things have different amounts, different rates, and so those things need to be kept separate. And so mixing them together by picking choice C just doesn't make any sense. This is a very common thing that we do on the SAT. In math in general, we definitely want to have multiple variables for the different things that are going on in a story and in an equation. So hopefully you can just look at choice D and know that that's right. But remember, it's okay to work backwards. Don't just try to read the story and try to understand everything at once. Use the answer choices to break the question down into smaller decisions that are easier to make and easier to check for.